ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රථම වරට SLT 4G වෙතින් දැන් Pio TV නරඹන්න. ඉදිරියටම ගෙන යන SLT 4G.
ලෙන්ගතුකම වැඩි කරගන්න ලව්ජු රුපියල් 50ට අඩු කළා.
මාමේ එන්න අපිට එකක් බොමු.
Tonight, outbreak containment. 2 new quarantine facilities to be set up to combat COVID-19.
One in Perpetual private university premises and the other one in Kandakadu Treatment and Rehabilitation Centre.
Meanwhile, honesty is also urged for public good.
Those who come to Sri Lanka must tell us the truth about past history.
In cuffs, the first arrest made in the bond scam case. Division. UNP decides to go it alone in the upcoming polls. Mark off excellence. TV Derana sweeps the board at the 14th Slim Nielsen People's Awards. All that and much more coming up on First at 9 this Saturday, the 7th of March 2020.
SMS කර රුපියල් මිලියන 3ක මුල් තැන්ගේ උපකරණ දිනාගෙන අවුරුද්දෙම කුස්සිය ටයිම් සේව් කරගන්න.
From AdaDerana, this is AdaDerana First at 9. Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
Good evening and welcome to First at 9. I'm Dhammike Kanayaka. Now, TV Derana won the People's Television Channel of the Year award at the 14th Slim Nielsen People's Awards, worked off last evening, reaffirming its ability to bring a quality television experience to the living rooms of the people. TV Derana swept the board, claiming a number of awards, including People's Youth Choice Television Channel of the Year and the People's News Provider of the Year.
Slim Nielsen, one of the most awaited award ceremonies which felicitates brands and personalities of the country, was presided over by Minister of Education, Sports and Youth Affairs Dallas Alahaperuma in Battaramulla yesterday. A variety of performances lit up the stage last evening as the ceremony accorded recognition to popular choices of brands, personalities and media outlets determined via a survey conducted island-wide. Through popular choice, TV Derana was awarded the People's Television Channel of the Year for its reach among the people and its ability to tap into their hearts through quality entertainment as well as keeping them updated on current affairs. TV Derana also grabbed the award for People's Youth Choice Television Channel of the Year as well as People's News Provider of the Year.
TV Derana News, the news provider of the year.
Our very own Chatura Alves won the People's Television Presenter of the Year award and Dilka Samanmali accepted the award on his behalf.
Chatura Alves!
Maybe Chatura is on a program right now.
Devani Inima telecast on TV Derana won the People's Teledrama of the Year award. That wasn't the only presence of TV Derana in that category, with 2 more teledramas, namely Sangeete and Sedu, also being among the nominations. Nayanthara Wickremarachi of the teledrama Devani Inima telecast on TV Derana was the winner of the People's Teledrama Actress of the Year award, while Raveen Kanishka won the People's Teledrama Actor for his performance in the same production.
Everybody put your hands together.
We at TV Derana are grateful for our viewership, for the continuous trust placed on us.
Now moving on to other local stories, the government revealed another crucial decision today geared towards combating the deadly COVID-19 coronavirus within the country. It announced that 2 new quarantine centres will be established, with one of them being the controversial private campus in Perpetual. The move comes at the heels of the WHO resident representative Dr. Razia Pense calling for combined government and society approach to manage any likely outbreak of COVID-19 in Sri Lanka.
With the heightened risk brought on by the rapid spread of COVID-19 across the world, Director General of Health Services Dr. Anil Jasinghe announced today that 2 new quarantine facilities will come into operation from next Monday, with one of them being the controversial private university in Perpetual. The announcement comes at a time when the government's move to convert the leprosy hospital in Handala into a quarantine facility was met with opposition from locals, who demanded that the facility be moved to a more remote location away from people.
We are going to set up 2 quarantine centers, one in Perpetual private university premises and the other one in Kandakadu treatment and rehabilitation center. I must say that both these centers are being prepared, handled and will be maintained by Sri Lanka Army. And we will be starting operations on 9th. On next Monday, and we will be taking in the passengers coming from South Korea, Iran and Italy. All of them will be taken into these 2 quarantine centers, and the government is arranging whatever possible facilities for them. It's not an easy task, but we have to somehow manage so that the COVID-19 coronavirus would not get introduced to this country and would not spread. And in the meantime, I must say that those Sri Lankans who are going to come to Sri Lanka from South Korea, Italy especially, they are a big segment of Sri Lankan population who contribute to this economy immensely. So therefore, we would treat them in a manner that they are looked after as much as possible. And we see sometimes, especially in social media, certain posts looking down them and certain criticism them. But we as the government and government officials always would appreciate their contribution into Sri Lankan economy.
Dr. Jasinghe also iterated the importance of the public's responsibility in aiding COVID-19 preventive measures, especially by disclosing their true travel history to doctors.
Also, I must say that those who come to Sri Lanka from those countries must tell us the truth about their past history. Of course, with this implementation of quarantine centers, this problem would not arise much, but we met with a general practitioner and they have not revealed that they came from Italy. But at the last moment they revealed, and the general practitioner had told, I cannot treat you, please get admitted to the teaching hospital Anuradhapura. And once again at teaching hospital Anuradhapura they have not revealed that they have come from Italy. And therefore this child was admitted to the normal ward, but if they revealed, the child would have been admitted to the isolation unit. Luckily, this child is negative for coronavirus. So therefore, as the citizens of this country, we all have to be very responsible in all aspects.
In the meantime, Minister of Foreign Relations Dinesh Gunawardena yesterday briefed Sri Lanka's diplomatic community on the situation of COVID-19 epidemic and the preventive measures the government of Sri Lanka contemplates taking. While appreciating the role of media, he urged media to be cautious in disseminating the correct information to the general public, preventing unnecessary panic whilst being agile to the dangers of the virus. The committee, chaired by the Foreign Minister, included Health Ministry officials, WHO Resident Representative Dr. Razia Pense, International Organization for Migration, Department of Immigration and Emigration, airport personnel and officers of the Sri Lanka Army. Highlighting the gravity of the situation across countries, resident representative of the WHO pointed out that a combined government and society approach is the need of the hour to manage any likely outbreak of COVID-19 in Sri Lanka, adding that an interagency collaborative approach to reverse any adverse situation is critical at this point of time. Meanwhile, Sri Lankan Airlines also resorted to temporarily suspending flights to China and Jeddah in Saudi Arabia due to the rapid spread of the novel coronavirus globally. In another development, Kuwait cancelled its decision on the requirement of a certificate proving travellers from Sri Lanka and 9 other countries arriving in the Gulf state are not infected with COVID-19. Kuwait Directorate General for Civil Aviation made the announcement, saying the new measure would cover expat passengers coming from Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, Egypt, Syria, Azerbaijan, Turkey, the Philippines, Georgia and Lebanon. As at 4:45 Sri Lankan time, South Korea reported 448 new infections, raising the total number of COVID-19 cases to 7,041 in the country. With 5 additional fatalities, 48 people have perished from the virus so far. The country of origin of the novel coronavirus, China, continues to see a decline in cases as only 99 new infections were reported. The daily death toll also continues to decline in China. With 28 new fatalities, the overall deaths there, however, stands at 3,070. In the meantime, the Health Ministry of the Philippines said it had confirmed its first case of community transmission of COVID-19. According to health officials, 3 islands in the Maldives have been locked down after several foreign nationals were feared to have contracted the novel coronavirus. The Maldivian President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih decided yesterday to ban all passengers from Italy as well as those who travelled to the European country within the past 14 days. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization called for countries to make the containment of the deadly virus the highest priority.
As cases increase, we are continuing to recommend that all countries make containment their highest priority. We continue to call on countries to find, test, isolate and care for every case and to trace every contact.
Now, Director of Perpetual Treasuries Limited Muthuraja Surendran, who is the 8th suspect in the case pertaining to the controversial issuance of central bank bonds, was remanded until the 18th of March. The suspect was arrested by the CID today and was produced before the Colombo Fort Additional Magistrates Court. In the meantime, acting on a warrant issued against former Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake, CID officers arrived at the former minister's residence in Battaramulla today, only to find that the minister was not, or former minister I should say, was not there even after 40 minutes.
The Colombo Fort Magistrates Court yesterday issued warrants for the arrest of former Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake and 9 others on charges of conspiracy, criminal misappropriation, cheating and market manipulation in respect of bond auctions between March 29th and 31st in 2016. The warrants were issued after the Criminal Investigations Department submitted recorded statements from suspects to court, following directives of the Attorney General. Accordingly, officials of the Criminal Investigation Department arrived at the residence of parliamentarian Ravi Karunanayake, located at the Rajamalvatta Road near Parliament, at around 7 this morning. They were able to enter the house of MP Karunanayake 5 minutes into arriving, but waited for about 40 minutes for the MP to show up, although he did not. This was the situation around the residence of Perpetual Treasuries Limited owner Arjun Aloysius, who is also among the list of suspects. Meanwhile, acting on the warrant, Director of Perpetual Treasuries Limited Muthuraja Surendran was arrested by the Criminal Investigation Department today. He was subsequently remanded by the Colombo Additional Magistrate until the 18th of March after he was produced before courts.
Now, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has granted the legal authority to the Secretary of the Treasury to incur all the expenditures of the government, including the cost of the election for the period of 3 months with effect from today. This was in accordance with the powers vested in the President by the Constitution. Now, accordingly, the ministries will be able to settle outstanding dues and other expenditures. Now, in the meantime, permission has also been sought from the Election Commission to continue with the government's employment program for underprivileged families.
The Multi-Purpose Development Task Force has requested the Election Commission to grant permission to continue with the program, commenced with the objective of uplifting 100,000 families from absolute poverty since it was started 3 months ago. The Director General of the Multi-Purpose Development Task Force, retired Major General Nanda Mallavarachchi, had directed a letter to the Chairman of the Election Commission yesterday, explaining the initiation, objectives and the mechanism of the program. Mallavarachchi pointed out that although the Parliament had been dissolved, nominations are yet to be called. He also highlighted that the process of the task force commenced well before the declaration of elections. As per the letter, on the 10th of December 2019, the Cabinet of Ministers decided to create a pool comprising multifaceted service providers. Applications were called on the 20th of January this year, and interviews which commenced in February are now complete. What's more, the Presidential Secretariat allocated 1.15 billion rupees for the program. Hence, the Director General of the task force observed that the process of seconding officials from various government institutes as well as recruiting 100,000 out of eligible candidates from underprivileged families have to be completed. In a statement, the President's Media Division added, although it is stated that failure to report for training within 7 days of receiving their letters of appointment will be considered as rejection of appointment, it no longer is valid.
UNP General Secretary Akila Viraj Karyavasan informed the Elections Commission in writing today that the UNP will contest in all 22 electoral districts under the symbol of the elephant. In this backdrop, what is beginning to look like a splinter group of the UNP declared that they will contest the election under the Samagi Jana Balawega, which is now a registered political party.
තමුන්නාන්සලා කිසිම කෙනෙකුට මන්ත්‍රීකම් අහිමි වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඇයි? මේ කරන කියන හැම දෙයක්ම අපි කරේ කෘත්‍යාධිකාරී මණ්ඩලය තීන්දුවක් ගත්තු නිසා. මේවා මේ අපේ යගේ අමාරුවට අපිට ඕන විදියට කරපු දෙයක් නෙවෙයි. එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ කෘත්‍යාධිකාරී මණ්ඩලයයි තීන්දුව කරේ සංධානයක් හදන්න. සංධානයේ නායකයා සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස, අගමැති අපේක්ෂකයා සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස, නාම යෝජනා මණ්ඩලයේ සභාපතිවරයා සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස. ඒ විතරක් නෙවෙයි සංධානයට ලේකම් කෙනෙකුත් පත් කරගන්නයි කියලා කිව්වා.
සමගි ජන බලවේගය මෙවර මැතිවරණයට දේශපාලන සන්ධානයක් විදියට පක්ෂයක් විදියට තරඟ වදින බව මැතිවරණ කොමසාරිස්ට අපි දන්වලා ඉවරයි. අපි වගේ මේ සඳහා අවශ්‍ය නාම යෝජනා මණ්ඩල පත් කළා ඉල්ලුම් කරන්න කැමති අයට පුවත් මගිනුත් අපේ වෙබ්සයිට් එකෙනුත් අපි දැන් දන්වලා තියෙනවා ඉල්ලුම් පත්‍ර එවන්න කියලා. දැන්ටමත් අපිට ඉල්ලුම් පත්‍ර විශාල ප්‍රමාණයක් ලැබිලා තියෙනවා. අපි ලබන සතියේ සඳහා සම්මුඛ පරීක්ෂණ පවත්වනවා. අපි දැන්ටමත් අපේ මිත්‍රත්වයේ වෙනුවෙන් සමගිය වෙනුවෙන් අපේ ලකුණ වන දුරකථනයේ සම්බන්ධව පුළුල් ප්‍රචාරයක් දෙන්නේ නැතුව අපි පොදු ලකුණකට අපි එකගතාවය ප්‍රකාශ කරපු නිසා තමයි අපේ ලකුණ සම්බන්ධව අපි අවශ්‍ය ප්‍රචාරය දුන්නේ නැතේ සමගිය වෙනුවෙන්. කවුරු හරි වෙන වෙනම ඉල්ලනවා නම් ප්‍රකාශ කරලා තියෙනවා නම් ඒක සමගිය කඩන්න සමගිය බිඳින්න කරන ප්‍රකාශයක් විදිහට තමයි මම දකින්නේ. ඉතින් මේ මැතිවරණේ කොහොම කරත් අපි තීරණය කරලා ඉවරයි සමගි ජන බලවේගයෙන් ඉල්ලන්න.
More revelations were made during the proceedings of the Presidential Commission of Inquiry probing the Easter Sunday attacks yesterday. The commission heard that Zahran Hashim had planned attacks targeting the Asala procession in Kandy and the Independence Day celebrations. Meanwhile, expressing views over the ongoing investigations into the attacks, Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjith, yet again expressed disappointment over its progress.
Officer in charge of the CID Special Unit Lalita Geethanjana, who also investigated the explosion of a van located near the St. Anthony's Shrine at Kochikade, gave evidence before the Presidential Commission of Inquiry yesterday, appointed to probe the Easter attacks. Testifying before the commission, he stated that a driver's license found in pieces near the controlled explosion helped identify the bomber, who goes by the name Alauddin Mohammad Muad. He also revealed that then director of the CID Shania Besekara had advised to hand over mobile phones of the attacker and his wife to foreign agencies for investigation purposes without a court order. What's more, OIC Geethanjana revealed that investigations uncovered Easter attack ringleader Zahran Hashim's plans to attack events such as the Asala procession in Kandy and the Independence Day celebrations prior to the Easter attack. Today, meanwhile, the Presidential Commission convened at 10 and heard the testimony of an individual who remains anonymous. In the meantime, leader of the organisation Bodubala Sena, Venerable Galagoda Tejanasaratera, arrived at the police division of the PCOI for a third day today and provided a statement which lasted for nearly 5 hours.
මේ ඉස්ලාමී අන්තවාදයේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් හෙළිදරව් කරපු අපිව නම් මේ බලන්න ඕන සතියෙන් දෙකෙන් මාසෙන් නීතිපතිගේ උපදෙස් ඇවිල්ලා බලන්න එපා අධිකරණය හැමෝට පමුණුවපු හැටි. හැබැයි ඉතින් මිනිමරපුන්ට ඒවට උඩගෙඩි දීපුන්ට අනේ එහෙම කිසිම හදිස්සියක් නැහැ. හරිනම් ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම කරන්න ඕන. චෝදනාවලට නම් කරපු උදවිය ඔහේ හරි ස්ථානයක රඳවා තබන්න ඕන. දැන් මේ අයට පුළුවන් සාක්ෂි විනාශ කරන්න සම්බන්ධයෙන් තියෙන ඒවා එහා මෙහා කරන්න අකමකා දාන්න. ඉතින් මන් දන්නේ නැහැ ඉතින් ලෝකේ මහා අමුතුම තාලෙට ඉතින් පරීක්ෂණ කරන රටක් නේ මේක.
Meanwhile, Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit, had this to say about the ongoing investigations on the Easter spate of terror.
දැන් අලුත් අයගේ නම් මේ එළියට එනවා. තුර්කියේ තානාපති. මේක එළිදරව් කරලා තියෙන්නේ නියෝජ්‍ය ඇමතිතුමාට. එළිදරව් කරපු එක සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම යට ගහන්න තමයි මේගොල්ලෝ හදලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒකෙනුත් එළියට එනවා සමහර නම්. ඒ කට්ටිය ගැනත් ඉන්වෙස්ටිගේට් කරන්න ඕනේ. හැබැයි ඒගොල්ලන්ට විරුද්ධව කිසිම දෙයක් කරන්නේ නැහැ කියලා තමයි මට පේන්නේ. DID එකවත් ඒ පිළිබඳව ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ ළඟ ගන්න ලැබුණා මට පොලිසියේ නිලධාරීන්ව මාරු කරනවා කියලා එක එක ආකාරයෙන්. විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ පරීක්ෂණ වලට සම්බන්ධ වෙච්ච පොලිස් නිලධාරීන්. එහෙම කරන එක වැරදි. ඒ පිළිබඳව මම මගේ විරෝධය පළ කරනවා. එක පැත්තකින් අපි දකිනවා රටේ හිටපු ලොකුම නායකයා මේ ගැන මුකුත් කරපු නැති තත්වයක් ගැන කතා කරනවා. දැන් ඉන්න රජයෙන් ඡන්දෙ ඉල්ලන සමහර අයගේ නනුත් සඳහන් වෙලා තියෙනවා ලොකු අයගේ මේ ගැන මුකුත් නොකලා. දැනත් ඒ ගැන ක්‍රියාත්මක වුණේ නැහැයි කියන නම්. ඒ නිසා මේ යන වැඩපිළිවෙල අපිට මදි. උඩම පුටුවේ වාඩි වෙලා හිටපු එක්කෙනා වුණත් කමන්නේ නිද්‍රෝපගතව හිටියානම් එයාවත් CID එකට ගෙනල්ලා ප්‍රශ්න කරන්න. අර වෙනදා වගේ අර වෙනත් මිනිමැරුම් මරොමය වලට කරපු වැඩේ කරන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ අපි. අපි පාරට බහිනවා.
We'll see you again with more news on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching First at 9. Now, be cautious when giving various applications on your mobile phone access to your location. That's the message former Supreme Court Judge Shirani Tilakawardhan attempted to hit home as she delved into complications and dangers accompanying modern technology which put the lives of women and children in particular in harm's way. Addressing an event titled Countering Technology-Based Violence Against Women, she went on to illustrate how mobile phone applications casually invade individual privacy.
Well, again, geotagging, this is a very important thing because you see, geotagging is embedded in location information. How many times have you put your phone on and they say, go to location, we need your location, we need your contacts. They are invading your privacy. And can you see the people around you who are watching you? They know where you are. Your child identity is you. So we have the surface web, the deep web and the dark. Now, the surface web is what you and I are using the normal browsers and working on. No problem. The deep web is where all the banking records, the medical records are kept. The dark web is where children are sold and bought, where pornography is encouraged, pedophilia is encouraged. Why is it so difficult now to catch the location of drugs? It was easy those days. You listened in on the phone, you spied on their conversations, you put a bug in their car and you follow them. You know how they do it now? You open the email, your email has a draft box. So you take your email and you give a message, pick up at such and such a place. You don't send it over the IP address or the MAC address. You don't send it through the dynamic or the static lines. You just give the password to that person. That person opens it in his country and the message to the drug person is contained in the draft box. So it's difficult, it's getting more and more difficult to get it. There's something else also about the dark web. You know, when sometimes parents tell their children, don't touch this, I'm knocking off your browser. You know what they do? Or when there is a problem about, sometimes when there are riots in a country, the government says we are cutting off Facebook and internet because we're doing so much of hate speech on it. And sometimes rightly so. You need to do that because of the hate speech on it. It has to be proportionate, but it is rightly so. You know what they do? All the children immediately go through VPN. What is VPN? Virtual Private Network.
Now, the only way to preserve the natural environment is to ensure that it suffers as minimal intrusions as possible. That being said, one of the main issues Sri Lanka is attempting to tackle today is unsystematic discarding of waste, and in the context of preserving the natural environment, this is proving to be detrimental to the delicate ecosystems. Not only is it harmful to wildlife, it can also lead to serious repercussions on us humans, the apex species. With Adams Peak, locally known as Sripada, being both an eco-zone and a place of worship, AdaDerana, the humanitarian arm of threeyear, is continuing to clear the sacred range of any garbage for the second consecutive year, shouldering the responsibility of making it a garbage-free area.
Many devotees from across the country and around the world visit the Adams Peak, locally known as Sripada, where Lord Buddha is believed to have left his footprint at the invitation of deity Saman. Sripada, which is celebrated as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO, is an internationally acclaimed biodiversity hotspot. Due to polythene and plastics dumped by thousands of pilgrims who visit the sacred range annually, the sensitive ecozones in the range is faced with a serious threat. As a result, the AdaDerana humanitarian initiative launched a program to clean the historic site of Sripada with the objective of educating devotees and making the range an area free of garbage. Accordingly, a group of contributors along with the AdaDerana team have been engaged in the cleaning process since the 5th of March. The program, partnered with Anchor, saw its official launch at 7 this morning following religious observances. The main roads to the sacred Sripada range, namely the Hatton Nallatanya Road, Kuruvita Eratna Road and the Ratnapura Palabaddala Road, were cleared of garbage accumulated on roadside with the help of various parties including Sri Lanka Army, Police, the University of Kelaniya and environmental and private organizations. The collected garbage, meanwhile, was handed in for recycling. The devotees too chipped in during the cleaning process, collecting the waste in sacks provided by the AdaDerana team. Garbage accumulated roadside along the Hatton Nallatanya route was removed by nearly 200 army personnel under the supervision of the Security Forces Commander Central, Major General Laksiri Vaduge. Subsequently, the collected waste was handed over to the Maskiliya Pradeshya Sabha. Meanwhile, garbage dumped on the sides of the Kuruvita Eratna Road was cleared by the AdaDerana team, along with management faculty students of the University of Kelaniya and a group that goes by the name Samanalakanda Rasika Ekamutuwa. The rubbish collected by them was handed in to the Kuruvita Pradeshya Sabha. The bags of garbage collected along the Ratnapura Palabaddala Road was handed in to the Ratnapura Pradeshya Sabha by personnel of the Ratnapura Police.
We'll see you again shortly. Bear with us. Welcome back. This is First at 9. Our 3-year honeymoon between OPEC and Russia ended in acrimony yesterday. Moscow refused to support deeper oil cuts to cope with the outbreak of coronavirus, and OPEC responded by removing all limits on its own production. Oil prices plunged 10% as the development revived fears of a 2014 price crash when Saudi Arabia and Russia fought for market share with US shale oil producers, which have never participated in output limiting pacts. Brent has lost about a third of its value this year, tumbling towards $45 a barrel, its lowest since 2017. It put oil-dependent nations and many oil firms under heavy strain as the global economy reels due to the virus outbreak, which has dampened business activity and stopped people traveling. The failure of talks may have more far-reaching implications, as OPEC's de facto leader, Saudi Arabia and Russia, have used oil talks to build a much broader political partnership in the last few years after effectively supporting opposite sides in the Syrian war. And that's it from all of us here at First at 9. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.